this is the classic buttons remote module. The classic buttons remote module has a total of 8 style button connectors. There's one 4-pin JHT button connector used to allow the 5 volts positive, the negative ground, as well as the receive and transmit. The receive and transmit pin is used to receive data from the classic buttons board to the Arduino 5-volt compatible board. The transmit option here of the board is used to transmit data to the Arduino board. The receive part of the pin is used to receive data for programming the classic buttons board. There's 2 buttons that you will see on the classic buttons remote module. The top button is used to program the classic buttons remote module with the button states. The test mode option is used to verify, especially if you're running a test or you want to see this on a serial output. It's a way to compare the data, make sure that everything looks like it's in sequence. There are a total of 12, let's see here, 8 bytes of data that are going back to the Arduino. The 8th byte is actually a counter. It's used to show you that it's in sync based on the last byte and then the sequence of that counting that we'll demonstrate later in the next video. Each of these buttons are compatible with standard push button on-off type buttons. I'll give you an example. These buttons, for example, are basically used in most Arduino projects. They're just either you push it, you get an on response, release it, you get a 0 response, meaning no connection state. So what we're doing is we're just taking that information, each of these buttons plugs in, all the electronics, all the programming is taken care of so that you can then receive this individual output to Arduino in one wire data stream. So this cuts down on the amount of pins that you need to use for your Arduino board, and also allows you to program the button states, which we'll go over here in a moment. The button states are from anywhere from 0 to 10. To explain, 0, it means that there's no state other than the state of the button itself, which is you again push a button, it's on, release it, it's off. Going with the 1 to 10 state really simply means if I push this button and we program it with a 1 state for this board, that button will be it's a 0 or a 1. So if I push it again, it's a 0. If I push it again, it's a 1. A 2 state, it's a little bit different. In that case, the 0 is it's removed from that output. It's now going to be 2 would mean 1, 2. I'll give you another example. Let's say 4. So if you program this board here with the state of, say, one of the buttons, you can have up to 8 of them. With the state of 4, it starts out with a 1 by default. When you power this board on, you're going to get right here, you're going to go 2, 3, 4, and then back to 1. So this could help in making selections where you would receive it on one wire, and one of the bytes would cover this range of output. And then you could then receive that data and say, well, okay, this could mean camera 1, camera 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Or you could use it to make selections in how bright you want an LED to be just by using selector modes. And then you could easily, on the fly, when we talk about on the fly, you can easily, this board, it'd say, well, we only need, three variations of lightness. One could just mean that the light is off, and then 2 and 3 could mean medium and high brightness. So we go back to 1, it's off. 2, medium, 3. State would mean, of course, in our programming from the Arduino that the light is at its highest, brightest point. And of course, with the code with that, we'll give you examples as well on our website. So that's the coverage. Now, how fast it is, the board's pretty fast. We're talking about serial, we're talking about hardware serial. This is asynchronous, it's not synchronized, and it's able to perform almost, it's very, very close to synchronized data. The output is approximately 250,000 bytes per second. It's very fast. You're going to get probably about somehow we calculate around 400 or 500 refreshes. It means every second this board is going to output the values of these button states up to approximately 400 to 500 times a second. It's more than enough speed. It's very fast and it's going to take care of quick responses. Like you can think about how fast you could push something or a joystick option. It's going to take that output and do just fine. So that gives you the basic overflow of the classic buttons. When we go into the other devices, they all work the same. The only thing is the classic SS remote module supports 8 buttons, but it also has a joystick option. Now, the good thing is you could also program 4 of these 8 to be buttons and the remaining 4 buttons on the buttons module to work for a joystick or a standard 2-pin joystick where actually you say you got 4 of the access points that each have a 2-wire connector, which is standard on a lot of the JHC 2-pin style arcade joysticks. And a 5-pin joystick, which you'll run into later with the Classic S, also has that as well as these. So really additionally with the Classic S, you're going to get up to 8 buttons. And then you're also going to get the 5-pin compatible joystick option as well as the individual ones for the joysticks of the other type, which we use the 2 pins for each axis, total 4. So just go into that. The difference is if you go to the Classic XC, the Classic XC uses all the same setup options. It has exactly like the Classic S. It has 8 buttons. It has a joystick. It also has, what's unique about it is it has a potentiometer. Now you can hold 2 of them for a joystick. If you ever think about the X and Y joystick option, it's going to allow you to get that calibrated range at startup. So anytime you, and then this is the thing we're covering quite a bit. We'll go into that later. So this is the classic buttons overview, how it works and what you can use it for. If you decide to use it for anything with your robots, there's a lot of options. If you think about what you can use buttons for, this is going to, or a joystick, it's going to really make it for a very simple prototypes that you can make with your Arduino. It reduces the amount of pins. It's a very convenient way, which we're going to demonstrate in the next video about how to use it, how it can be used, and then give you some a demonstration of the actual classic buttons in use. Thank you for watching.